Rehovot. Today it is a city with about 150,000 inhabitants. In 1890 the Moshava Rehovot was founded. The lands were bought by Joshua Hankin, savior of the lands, from Boutros Rock, a Christian Arab who owned the land. The place is called Khirbet Duran, which may have been a Jewish settlement called Doran from the Mishnah period. The settlement company Manusha and Nahala was organized by Zionists in Warsaw, Poland, who bought some of the land and some was sold to individuals. The purpose of the people of the first Aliyah was to establish a moshava that would not depend on the grace of Baron Rothschild. The idea was to plant orchards, rather than engage in field crops that required more work. In the first year many workers were brought in, who planted vineyards and various fruit trees. After a few years, a high-quality crop of grapes was grown and sold to the Carmel Winery in Rishon LeZion. At the same time they began to plant orchards, which were very successful over the years. In 1907, Jewish immigrants arrived from Yemen who began working as employees. 2 years later, land was bought for them and given to them at a low price, and thus the Sha'arim neighborhood was built. Not far away was the Arab village of Zarnoga, located on antiquities of a probably Jewish settlement from the Persian and Byzantine periods. And over the years there have been clashes between Jews and Arabs over thefts and rights to the land, even though many of the villagers made a living in Rehovot. The people of the second Aliyah arrived and Rehovot grew, streets and neighborhoods were built. In 1920, when the British ruled the country, a train station was built, and around it, packing houses for citrus fruit, transporting citrus throughout the country and the port of Jaffa, was done by train instead of on camels. In 1926, Alexander Marmarek, a Zionist Jew and physician who contributed greatly to the eradication of disease, donated money to buy land from the village of Zarnoga. On the lands the cooperative Moshev Kfar Marmarek was established, by Jewish immigrants from Yemen who failed to integrate into Kinneret. In 1932, the agricultural experimental station moved from Tel Aviv to Rehovot and over the years became the Faculty of Agriculture, which became a leader in its field. In 1934, Chaim Weizmann established a research institute for chemical fertilizers that would help agriculture. The place is called the Ziv Institute after the son of the Ziv family from the owners of the Max and Spencer chain of stores who donated their money to establish the institute. After Chaim Weizmann died, the place was called the Weizmann Institute of Science. The Moshev Gittin was established, which remains to this day as an enclave within the city of Rehovot. During the War of Independence, the residents of Zarnoga abandoned the village captured in Operation Barak by the Givati Brigade. Transit camps were established there. Over the years they were added to Rehovot, which became a city and included Sha'arim and the village of Marmarek. The city grew, many neighborhoods were built, educational and governmental institutions, and commercial and industrial areas.